Wednesday of the 14th week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the book of Genesis. When hunger came to be felt throughout the land of Egypt, and the people cried to Pharaoh for bread, Pharaoh directed all the Egyptians to go to Joseph and do whatever he told them. When the famine had spread throughout the land, Joseph opened all the cities that had grain and rationed it to the Egyptians, since the famine had gripped the land of Egypt. In fact, all the world came to Joseph to obtain rations of grain, for famine had gripped the whole world. The sons of Israel were among those who came to procure rations. It was Joseph, as governor of the country, who dispensed the rations to all the people. When Joseph's brothers came and knelt down before him, with their faces to the ground, he recognized them as soon as he saw them. But Joseph concealed his own identity from them and spoke sternly to them. With that, he locked them up in the guardhouse for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Joseph said to his brothers, "Do this, and you shall live, for I am a God-fearing man. If you have been honest, only one of your brothers need to be confined in this prison, while the rest of you may go and take home provisions for your starving families. But you must come back to me with your youngest brother. Your words will thus be verified, and you will not die." To this they agreed. To one another, however, they said, "Alas, we are being punished because of our brother. We saw the anguish of his heart when he pleaded with us, yet we paid no heed. That is why this anguish has now come upon us." Reuben broke in, "Did I not tell you not to do wrong to the boy? But you would not listen. Now comes the reckoning for his blood." The brothers did not know, of course, that Joseph understood what they said, since he spoke with them through an interpreter. But turning away from them, he wept. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Lord, let your mercy be on us, as we place our trust in you." Give thanks to the Lord on the harp. With the 10-stringed lyre, chant his praises. Sing to him a new song. Pluck the strings skillfully with shouts of gladness. Lord, let your mercy be on us, as we place our trust in you. The Lord brings to naught the plans of nations. He foils the designs of peoples. But the plan of the Lord stands forever, the design of his heart through all generations. Lord, let your mercy be on us, as we place our trust in you. But see, the eyes of the Lord are upon those who fear him, upon those who hope for his kindness, to deliver them from death and preserve them in spite of famine. Lord, let your mercy be on us, as we place our trust in you.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus summoned his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to drive them out and to cure every disease and every illness. The names of the 12 apostles are these. First, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew, James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the Cananean, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus. Jesus sent out these 12 after instructing them thus: "Do not go into pagan territory or enter a Samaritan town. Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, make this proclamation: the kingdom of heaven is at hand." The Gospel of the Lord.
Wednesday of the 14th week in Ordinary Time. The first reading comes from Genesis 41, 55 to 57, chapter 42, verses 5 to 7a, and 17 to 25a. This occurs in the time when Joseph has been made vizier of Egypt. He was able to interpret the dreams of the Pharaoh that there would be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of drought. The drought has now occurred, and all the people of Egypt have to go to Joseph to buy grain. Well, the sons of Israel, the sons of Jacob, also go down to Egypt because they know that this is the only way they'll survive. And they encounter Joseph, who doesn't reveal who he is to them. He recognizes them, they don't recognize him. He first of all throws them in a guardhouse for 3 days. Remember how Joseph himself was thrown in a cistern to die, thrown in prison because Potiphar's wife accused him of trying to sleep with her. And then he says that, I'll give you more food if you leave one of your men here. The brothers recognize that this is a punishment for what they've done to Joseph. In fact, Reuben even says, did I not tell you not to do wrong to the boy? It's a bit stronger than what he said when the event was actually occurring. Nevertheless, they all recognize that they must repent from what they did. The Gospel is from Matthew 10, 1-7. Jesus calls the 12 apostles. He calls Simon, who's given the new name Peter. In the Gospel of Matthew, it specifies the name Peter means rock, the rock on which Jesus would build his church. Andrew, his brother, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, James the son of Alphaeus, we call him James the Lesser, Thaddeus, who's also called Jude, Simon the Canaanian, who's also called Simon the Zealot. Zealots are a political party which is anti-Roman, and Judas Iscariot. And he has them go out into Jewish territory, but not into pagan territory or Samaritan. This is the Gospel of Matthew, very Jewish. Jesus has come to call back the lost sheep of Israel. The irony is, even in Matthew, some pagans will show a greater faith than many of the Jews. Remember the Syrophoenician woman. Remember the centurion who asked Jesus to heal his servant. And may God bless us.